In terms of concealed carry, the 9mm is the most common pick. That statement is already obvious and shouldn't be refuted anymore. So now what you want to know is whether or not other calibers, such as the .380 ACP, can help you protect your life. Of course, the answer is a big yes. The .380 ACP is making a resurgence these days, especially for those who want to downsize their everyday carry guns. While it's true that the .380 isn't as powerful as the 9mm, it can still take down two-legged foes when push comes to shove, especially when used by a trained shooter. What's up, everyone? This is your boy Ted from Line 45. In this episode, I am going to give you a rundown of the top .380 ACP pistols for concealed carry this 2024. Before we get underway, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I know it is a chore, but these simple clicks help my channel immensely. Now, let's return to the video. Smith & Wesson M&P Shield .380 EZ. Fair enough, the entire M&P series has produced a number of high-quality handguns for civilian, tactical, and competition use. All I can say is that M&P guns are great, decently priced, and optimized for practical use. Take the M&P Shield EZ, for instance. If you are looking for a beginner-friendly .380 ACP pistol, then this is the gun to get. Racking it is very easy. Loading and unloading the mags are very convenient. Its controls are very easy to access. Smith & Wesson is just right when it puts the EZ label on this particular pistol. Notably, this particular Smith & Wesson pistol is equipped with both passive and active safeties to stave off accidental discharges while carrying it around. But keep in mind that it doesn't have magazine safety, so if you are used to guns with this feature, then you need to deal with it. By the way, the .380 EZ shares similar features with the M&P 22 Compact, with one notable difference being that the manual safety for the .380 EZ is just optional. You are free to elect not to get it at all. The standard capacity of the M&P Shield .380 EZ pistol is 8+1 rounds, which is definitely not bad for a small handgun like this. It's slightly bigger than the LCP Max, though, featuring a 3.7-inch barrel and a total length of 6.7 inches. It also has a light trigger, which you may or may not like. In my case, a light trigger is good, but if it's too light, it's prone to accidents. If you can overcome that issue, the M&P Shield .380 EZ pistol is a surprisingly accurate and reliable pistol. Glock 42. The Glock 42 is a tested and true pistol chambered in .380 ACP. It has been in production for over 10 years already, and it still remains one of the best sellers in the .380 segment. Getting familiar with the Glock 42 is not difficult, especially if you have used Glock guns before. For example, if you have used the Glock 48 MOS or the Glock 43, then you will not have a hard time mastering the Glock 42. Well, the gun has nice ergonomics in the first place, so I guess it's for everyone. If you have large hands like me, getting a full grip is a bit impossible. Still, you can address this problem with the help of the pinky extension of Glock mags. Similar to other pistols here, the Glock 42 belongs in the subcompact category. It has a body length of 5.94 inches, while its barrel is about 3.25 inches. Compared to the Glock 43, the Glock 42 is smaller. Thus, making it your concealed carry gun is not an issue. The texturing isn't aggressive, but it's not an issue for me. After all, you don't need an overly aggressive grip for a gun with a light recoil. Its reliability is also impressive, but that's something that you should expect even if I don't say it. This is a Glock gun we are talking about here anyway. Of course, the Glock 42 isn't entirely perfect. The factory sights and triggers, for instance, are just average. It's better if you replace them with aftermarket parts, which is something that you can do freely considering that Glock has a huge aftermarket. I love slapping Trijicon night sights on my Glock 42, as well as equipping it with triggers from Overwatch Precision or Ghost Ink. And while you are at it, consider acquiring extended mags for the Glock as well. The standard capacity of this pistol is just 6+1 rounds, which admittedly is already lacking based on today's standards for modern concealed carry weapons. Nevertheless, the Glock 42 is a wonderful choice for a practical .380 ACP handgun. Walther PD380. The Walther PK380 is one of the most enduring .380 ACP pistols on the market, and if you have tried using that gun before, you know for yourself that it's a superb shooter. But times are changing, so Walther has decided to replace the PK380 with the all-new PD380. Needless to say, the PD380 is the modernized variant of the iconic PK380. The PD380 maintains all the good features of its predecessor, such as its easy-to-rack slide and accessible controls. However, it also ushers upgrades such as an improvement in its overall reliability. Walther claimed that the PD380 went through 40,000-round testing to measure its reliability, and based on my experience with this pistol, I can attest that this gun operates without hiccups or malfunctions. By the way, the PD380 isn't a striker-fired gun. Essentially, the PD380 is a double-action, single-action gun that uses a hammer-fired mechanism. Its appearance resembles the PDP pistol a little, and similar to the PDP, the PD380 uses a polymer frame. This polymer frame has the performance-duty grip texture, which is a signature feature of all PDP pistols. Among the guns I listed here, the PD380 is the biggest one. It has an overall length and height of 6.48 inches and 5.15 inches, respectively. But interestingly, it still uses the 3.7-inch barrel of the PK380. I particularly love the machined steel slide of the PD380. It's easy to manipulate, with its protruding serrations on the rear and front. The sights on the slide also work the way I want them to be, though they aren't that spectacular. Down the range, the PD380 cycles different ammo with zero problems. It shoots moderately fast, and similar to larger PDP pistols, the trigger of the PD380 is smooth, crisp, and tactile. Ruger LCP Max. The LCP is Ruger's most popular pistol, no doubt about it. But it doesn't mean that it's the best there is. Just take a look at its upgraded version, the LCP Max. Similar to the original LCP, the LCP Max features an ultra-thin construction, matching its compact build. It only has a length of 5.17 inches, while its barrel spans at 2.8 inches. If you want to slide it inside your pocket, you can do so without anyone noticing. Plus, the gun is light. It only weighs 10.6 ounces, but based on the way I see it, the gun is quite solid. For its size, it's somewhat surprising that it holds 10 rounds of magazine on its standard mag, and if you are not residing in restricted states, you can opt to get a 12-round mag for this pistol, giving you up to 13 rounds of .380 goodness. This feat became possible because of its tapered double-to-single stack magazine. Basically, the lower portion of the mag is double stack, but has been tapered to fit the profile of single-stack mags. Manipulating and operating the gun is fairly easy. The alloy steel slide, for instance, has cocking serrations on its front and rear. In fact, I no longer consider them as mere serrations, but as ribs because of their size. Again, this particular feature gives the LCP Max an edge over other options. Plus, the slide has a highly visible tritium front sight and adjustable rear sight for faster target acquisition. The gun shoots well, despite having a snappy recoil. It's easy to control, and at the very least I can attest that the LCP Max is accurate for close-quarter combat. Sig Sauer P238. I know that most of you have picked the LCP Max as their top .380 ACP pistol. That's all right. I know for a fact that the LCP is a great pistol, especially for concealed carry needs. But in my own humble opinion, the SIG P238 is technically better than the LCP Max. The gun is not just a shooter on the range, it also exudes beauty, which is a rarity in the realm of small polymer guns. The finish is very clean, and its rosewood grips are truly attractive. Aside from its aesthetics, one notable aspect of the P238 is the way it capsulized the 1911 platform in a small package. The gun is just a little over 5 inches and has a width of 1.1 inches and a height of 3.9 inches. When unloaded, it is 15.2 ounces, meaning that it's not a bothersome all-day companion. I'm just sad that when using its standard flush-fit mag, the gun only offers 6 rounds. Well, I somehow understand this inadequacy, given that when it was released in the market, high-capacity, small-size guns were still not a thing. But of course I am not just depending my judgment on its capacity. Construction-wise, I can say that the P328 is the most durable among the guns I feature here. At the same time, it has solid reliability. It chugs differently .380 ACP ammo with little to zero flaws. It can take Winchester or Federal rounds without a fuss. Moreover, its 7-pound trigger is absolutely smooth. It's very tactile, and there's little squishiness on it, allowing me to shoot it with much precision. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more gun videos like this, just click the subscribe button and notification bell. Take care and stay safe.